Hey, welcome back. Let's dive a bit more into a different model. That's more about the wants and the desires and the core drivers and how to gain insight in those. So it's a different model as opposed to the wheel of life. It allows you a bit more nuances, so to say, and also allow me to explain you the second part or the differences between wants, needs, drivers, core values, strengths, and all these elements. Okay, so let's start with that so we have our nomenclature ready, and then I will show you one of my other personal favorite models. Realize once again there are many more. Okay, so we've discussed the wheel of life, we've discussed the Maslow pyramid. Let me draw them for a sec. So wheel of life with all these elements, pyramids. We've discussed a bit of chakras already. And we already discussed the next level, so to say. One could say, like you move from, this is sort of plotted on a spectrum. Let's call this, and this is more nuanced. Just keep in mind that I simplify a lot, so often more nuances are there. I'm just presenting the black and the white, but there are shades of gray, so to say, in between. So I would say these are more primal, aka individual, and more about me. And these are more about transcendence and about us and the external forces, so to say. There is one model, I would say, between here, and that's called the Octopus of Wants. You could also place it here, potatoes. It's somewhere in the middle, so to say. Doesn't matter as long as you gain insight in your desires, your needs, your wants, etc. So what's the difference? Let's get Bicycle Boy back here again. So core drivers, when we talk about drivers, that's like the engine or the chain of the bicycle, so to say. Yeah. The desires, the core desires, are like the destination. What are you aiming for? What are your aims? They are your future wants, etc. Your needs are like the essential components of a functional car. So a wheel, for this matter, or a brake, or gas, etc. So you need them to keep moving towards your desires, okay? And the driver is what allows you to put your energy in, okay? So I'm hoping I'm making myself clear. Wants are like the optional personal likings of your car. So for example, the color, so to say. Do you pick blue or green or whatever? Okay, so those are the nuances. So the colors is when you're talking about your bicycle, then you're talking about your wants. Desires are where you're going to. The wheels and the brakes, etc. are your needs, and your drivers is what make them tick. Your values, which we will go in depth in the session after this, is like, okay, let's definitely not try make a GPS system here. That's like your GPS system, which help you make decisions on cross points. Do I go left? Do I go right? So they often tend to be a tandem between your desires as well as your values, so to say. So your values push you via your drivers towards your desires, okay? Once again, vital remark that this is about the individual we call you. Halfway the pyramid, a paradigm shift happens. A migration from monkey to higher being. You shift towards all for one. So me, towards one for all, aka us, aka I am merely an instrument sharing my given talents with my fellow beings, so to say. Okay, I think this is sufficient for desires, needs, wants, etc. Allow me to show you a model, and it's from Tim Urban, Wait But Why, and it's known as the Octopus of Wants. And you can give the octo as many arms as possible. But for example, and this seems very familiar with this Wheel of Life model, of course. No, that's just a different flavor. So these are like your personal ones, like passion, meaning, I want to have identity. This could be your lifestyle. I want to be balanced. I want to have freedom. All those elements. This is like your just like the pyramid of Maslow or the Wheel of Life. You can stick all these desires and wants, or sorry, desires or wants, or your core values. You can structure them in a model like the Wheel of Life or like the octopus. Yeah? I highly recommend reading the original source yourself, but in case you're really dislike reading or whatever, let's go over it. In short, I would say number one is find out your want. And how to do that, ask yourself 5 times, why do I do what I do? He gives a lot of good resources or tools in the original article, but also, as discussed, it's pretty similar to the Way of Life. Then, however, what's new is what is realistic. In this case, you will learn how to plot a timeline, and then how long is this route? If you want to become a CEO of, I don't know, Amazon, for example, is it realistic? And is it tomorrow or is it in 30 years? Yep. So, what's your realistic timeline? What's your capacity? And you want to keep these desires as close by as possible. And that's sort of the bottom line of the article. The further you go away, the harder it will be, the more variables life will throw at you, more deviations in your route. And that brings me to one very important. So this is category 1, this is category 2, this is category 3. That's the quantum approach. The quantum approach is where you, as a bicycle boy or girl or whatever, in the present are fully aware of the now. So you accept your starting point, you accept who you are, you accept that you have given gifts, and you also accept that you have certain challenges that meet the version of you that you should be now. Like being fully aware in the present of, in the power of now, as discussed, but also reaching towards your future desires. In other words, if you can really visualize how this is going to feel. So emphasizes on the feeling. So not buying the house, but what do you feel when you have bought the house? Not drinking the hot chocolate, which is probably a bit more here than in 30 years. Not drinking the hot chocolate, but visualize how does your body feel when you drink chocolate. Because then you will make it an exercise of the heart and the body, so to say, empowered by the brain, but less so morally than a mental activity. So if you only think about buying the house, you are only doing half the work. You're forgetting the entire actual feeling. So the state of being in the future. So the state of being in the future and vision towards now is called the quantum approach. I would guess it's a bit much for now, so I want to do an extra class about this, where I will explain this with examples and where I have more time to explain this to you all. But I would say take a closer look to the work of Joe Dispenza for now. I will also upload it, of course, in the further readings in the show notes. And this was Tim Urban. If you take a closer look to these models, they will most definitely help you out. Once again, and I definitely know that I'm repeating myself here, and I will keep on doing this, know that this is a very personal quest and that you and only you know which model now suits your needs and wants or desires in now. So pick your head, try and see if it fits, and definitely enjoy the process. And yes, that does not mean that it will be easy. It will be hard at moments, but if you practice this long enough, you will eventually learn how to appreciate that as well. So that's it for now. That's how to design your life with different models. Of course, we will keep on researching, find new models. We will keep uploading them, and we will keep improving these videos. So thank you, truly thank you for being here, for watching this, and hopefully you can use it. If you have any questions, look for us in the Discord. Hope to see you there. Bye bye.